GM just killed two of the most popular V8 engines in American history. The 5.3 and 6.2 are gone forever. Over 600,000 trucks recalled, engines destroying themselves at highway speed, repair bills hitting $14,000. GM stayed quiet while owners paid the price. NHTSA opened investigations. Class action lawsuits followed. Now GM replaced both with something completely new. I went through every single spec in detail. What they built is either the greatest comeback in truck history or the biggest gamble GM has ever made. Let's find out. GM 5.3 L V8 L84 EcoTec3. The 5.3 L V8 was GM's best-selling truck engine for over 10 years. Farmers used it, contractors used it, families drove it across the country. It powered the Silverado 1500, Sierra 1500, Tahoe, Suburban, and Yukon. 355 horsepower, 383 pound-feet of torque. Millions of trucks on American roads right now have this engine under the hood. For most of its life, people called it one of the most reliable V8 engines ever made. Mechanics recommended it. Owners kept their trucks long past 200,000 miles. Then GM added one system that changed everything. That one system turned a great engine into one of the most expensive engines to own in America today. GM added something called Dynamic Fuel Management, DFM for short. Here's what it does in simple terms. When you are driving at normal speed on flat road, DFM shuts down some of your cylinders to save fuel. Instead of all 8 cylinders working, maybe only 4 running, or 3, or even just 1. GM built 17 different ways for this engine to run, all the way down to one single cylinder. The idea sounds smart. Use less fuel when you do not need full power. Save money at the pump. The reality is different. The small parts that control this system are failing, and when they fail, you are looking at a bill that will shock you. Those small parts are called lifters. Every time the engine switches between using different numbers of cylinders, the lifters have to move. They do this thousands of times every single day. They wear out fast, they get stuck, they collapse completely. When a lifter fails, it bends the push rod above it. That push rod hits the rocker arm, metal breaks, pieces travel through the oil. In the worst cases, the valve falls into the cylinder and destroys the piston. Your engine is gone. Repair at a GM dealer, $3,000 minimum. If the push rods and camshaft are damaged too, up to $8,000. Full engine replacement, $14,000. GM quietly removed DFM from 2026 production engines. No announcement, no press release. They just stopped putting it in. When a manufacturer quietly removes a system they spent millions developing, you know that system did not work. But the 5.3-liter problems are small compared to what the 6.2-liter did to its owners. The second engine leaving is the one GM sold as their best. Owners paid $2,000 to $4,000 extra to get it. What happened next made national news. GM's 6.2-liter V8 L87 EcoTec3. The 6.2-liter V8 was GM's premium engine, the top choice. If you wanted the best engine GM made for your Silverado, Sierra, Tahoe, Suburban, Yukon, or Escalade, you paid extra for the 6.2-liter. 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque. People saved up specifically to get this engine in their truck. Then, in April 2025, GM issued a recall covering 600,000 vehicles. Not 6,000, not 60,000, 600,000 trucks and SUVs. Here is what GM found inside these engines when they cut them open. 2 problems caused this recall. Both happened at the factory before your truck was ever built. Problem 1. Debris left on connecting rods and inside oil passages during manufacturing. Small metal particles that were never cleaned out properly. Problem 2. Crankshafts made to the wrong size. The supplier who made the crankshafts sent parts with incorrect measurements and poor surface finish. When connecting rods have debris on them and the crankshaft is the wrong size, the bearings that hold everything together cannot get enough oil. Without enough oil, bearings collapse. When a connecting rod bearing collapses completely, the connecting rod has nowhere to go. It punches through the side of the engine block. The repair bills for these owners will make you sick. Mechanics who tore down these failed 6.2L engines found black oil inside. Black oil means the engine got so hot that the oil burned. All 8 connecting rods destroyed, the camshaft missing chunks, impact marks on the inside walls of the engine block. Before the recall, GM's official fix was to change the oil from thin 0W20 to thicker 0W40 oil, give owners a new oil filter and a new oil cap. 36 owners filed complaints with NHTSA after their engines failed again following the recall fix. Both the oil change fix and the full engine replacement failed in some cases. NHTSA opened investigation RQ-26001 in January 2026 to find out why the recall fix is not working. The investigation is still open as of June 2026. You paid $55,000 to $85,000 for a truck with the 6.2L engine. The recall fix cost GM approximately $47 per truck. Your engine replacement costs $14,000 and up. One Sierra owner said it best, "It feels like a cheap Band-Aid on a $75,000 truck." 2 engines with the same problem. Cylinder deactivation that destroys lifters, connecting rods punching through engine blocks, fixes that do not fix anything. GM had no choice but to start over completely. So, what did GM build to replace these engines? The answer depends on whether you believe GM learned from their mistakes. And right now, that is the question every truck buyer in America is asking. The Gen 6 5.7L V8 replaces the 5.3L and debuts on the 2027 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 and GMC Sierra 1500, with production starting at Fort Wayne Assembly in October 2026. Almost nothing from the old engine carries over, as GM designed this engine from scratch with a new block and castings. The displacement increased from 5.3L to 5.7L, meaning the engine doesn't have to work as hard to make the same power, resulting in less strain and wear. Power is estimated at around 400 horsepower, about 45 more than the old engine. It features new dual-fuel injection, combining direct and port injection to keep intake valves clean and avoid expensive carbon cleaning bills. The biggest change is that GM is now producing critical engine parts in-house to control quality, a direct response to the supplier problems that caused the 6.2L recall. Fuel efficiency is expected to improve by 4 to 6% compared to the current 5.3L. The problematic dynamic fuel management system has been redesigned and removed. The question remains whether this new engine is truly fixed or just a bigger version of the same problems. The old 5.3L without DFM was solid, and the new engine needs to match that track record. While the direction is right, we have zero real-world data yet, as the first engines won't reach owners until early 2027. The second new engine, the Gen 6 6.6L V8, replaces the 6.2L on the same platform and debut. GM calls this their trust recovery program because they know the 6.2L recall damaged their reputation. The 6.6L features new, larger oil passages for better lubrication, a new connecting rod and crankshaft system with tighter measurements, and a completely redesigned crankshaft surface finish, all made in-house. Power is estimated at around 475 horsepower, about 55 more than the old 6.2L. GM describes this engine as their most important product for reputation recovery in decades. If it fails, they are finished in the premium truck segment. Industry analysts agree the changes are right, but GM has not proven anything yet. The first engines go into production in October 2026, and real-world testing begins in 2027. The honest advice for buyers, especially those over 55, is to be cautious. The 5.3L with DFM had a 16% problem rate by 120,000 miles, the highest of any American V8 in 20 years. The new 5.7L removes that system, which is real progress, but first-year engines from big manufacturers are essentially beta tests. For a $75,000 truck, being a beta tester is a hard risk to justify. If you need a truck today, the safest choice is a 2026 model with the 5.3L without DFM, as it's a known and cleaner engine. If you can wait, watch owner reports, NHTSA complaints, and mechanic feedback for the first 12 months. If the new engines reach 50,000 miles without issues, they would be worth buying. GM has the right design and quality control changes, but execution is the question. Let other people find the problems first, then buy with confidence.